All right, hey guys, welcome back to On Evolve. Another cast finally. Dean here with his camera. Unfortunately, I'm an idiot and I still haven't set up my full setup and everything. As you can tell, still with my mic, it's kind of echoey in this room because I haven't put up everything because I've been busy at my new job and everything. But hopefully this weekend, now that I'm not sick anymore, I can spend time setting up this room and everything, and then our next episodes and stuff and our next videos, I'll be on camera. But I mean, I guess yeah, I'm here with Dean as always. I guess Dean, say hi and all that stuff.
Woo!
Yep, Dean coming back, a
As always.
top three champion from Toronto. Is that right?
That's right. We got the name on the list. We got a little bit of street cred. It's what I was missing. You got your name up on one of the lists, and now I have my name up on one of them. Proving that it's not all talk.
Just yeah, I definitely didn't get carried at all, or anything. No problem. No.
Oh, my back was a solid foundation for both of my teams. Because I not only played Weiss, I not only played Shadowverse, I also played Weiss.
Yeah, you had a pretty good weekend overall. My California run was kind of mediocre, but my Houston run was definitely, I won all my games except for one basically. So been putting my work at least on the Shadowverse Evolve team stuff. But yeah, I mean, I guess before we get into our Shadowverse stuff and everything, I mean, anything new with you, Dina, besides that stuff?
I'm really excited for the new anime season that's coming out. A lot of good-looking stuff on the horizon. Watch with friends every Saturday and on Thursdays and Fridays usually. So, Spice and Wolf. You guys know. I don't know if anyone's ever seen it. I have a Horo-like shrine almost. I own like almost all the figs that they've released for her. So, big Spice and Wolf fan. You might have seen me with the Spice and Wolf bag at the regional. Really excited. After 15 years, we get a reboot. What else was there? There's like a train anime or something. It's like an original that looks interesting. Those are the big things that aren't like Shadowverse related. Is all these the animes that are coming out, and I think it's a banger of a season coming up.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out that's pretty good. I'm still like kind of behind. Like the last season, basically all I did was watch Furin, and that show was amazing. And now it's over, so there's no longer any Furin Fridays to enjoy. Just gotta wait for the. I guess they sort of announced a new season ish. There's like I think they announced its continuation, but they didn't say if it was going to be an anime form or movie or something. So I'm interested in what's going to happen with that. But I saw a bunch of other stuff coming out soon too that I need to go through, but and figure out what I'm going to watch this next season. But there was one like mystery detective one. It seemed like where like people were going missing. I want to watch that one for sure. I always like mystery anime and stuff like that, so I can pretend I'm smart like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I've been busy as hell, just settling into this new place and still, getting used to my new job. But things are coming on the up and up for me at least, which is good. Community out here slowly growing, working towards getting the store back on the Bushiroad app and having players come out every week. I think we get something like between 6 and 10 players just to come out play casuals right now. But we're trying to set it up so we can get tournaments every week. They do give us promos, which is nice, just for showing up right now. And I hope we continue to build the Vegas scene a little bit more. I know some people are getting a little bit more hype for the game because one, the competitive stuff they announced, but also once again, there's a lot of people who like Vanguard, and how they recently announced Vanguard coming to the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it seems like there's a small resurgence coming in my area, at least for Shadowverse Evolve, which is really, really good. Besides that, though, we have animated backgrounds now for some of our stuff. I'm testing it out. Let me know how you guys like this, since it's a little bit more, I guess, movement on screen, especially when I don't have my camera on this week. But let us know if you like this or not, and then I can just mess around and test more stuff later on. But yeah, with that being said, I guess let's just jump into your Toronto run, because it happened literally this past weekend, right?
Yeah. I said I didn't want to leak the list, and there was a good reason for that. It was a little bit different. I had the video recorded. I had that little bit of hesitation before going to the event where you're like, did I cook too hard? Like, right?
Yeah.
No, the deck was in. Now, I don't know. You probably haven't played it yet, Kit, right?
I have not, but I totally understand the theory behind it and everything because it was
I
something I was very interested
wholeheartedly
in.
believe that might be the best deck of the format. I legitimately feel that much strength from it. It feels nigh unbeatable. I know 7-1 record. My one loss, my hand, the only playable that didn't leave the board that I found was a Saiyan Sky. I saw triple Measuro, the one that comes back to hand.
Mm-hmm.
Smart Falcon, Narita Bryant. I actually had no playables. I actually had no playable. I was like, I'm fucking ill. I am like so ill this game because like I can't do anything. But any game where I saw cards, it didn't matter if it went long. I had a game win on turn 5 where like the Saiyan Sky dropped, hit the board, was unanswerable, and I instantly won. I've had games that went to turn 14 where I still had a full hand, like a full grip the entire game. So it plays fast, it plays control, it does it all. I had 9-8 Smart Falcon into 9-9 Smart Falcon, one round. The deck is actually insane. Like you name the play, it can happen. But the actual run, I mean, 7-1 record, not really much to say outside of that. I fought 3 dragons, including the people who got second. No, the people who got first. I fought the people who got first. Didn't lose to any of the dragons. The one loss was in the sword, basically. I fought 2 Abyss. I saw Masquerade Ghost in top 4, which I thought was funny. I thought the Masquerade Ghost was really funny in top 4.
Dang.
And
yeah.
I fought 2 swords and then 1 Egg Haven. So, yeah, I mean, pretty standard, like what you expect to see.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty average spread for the most part.
I think the big highlights were the 9-8 Smart Falcon to the 9-9 Smart Falcon, whereas like I drop down the Smart Falcon, he has to tap out to kill it, and I go squat, because I have a health lead at this point still.
Mm-hmm.
And I just go squats, Agnes Evo pass. And I'm like pick back up the storm spell, and I'm like you're dead. Like this game is over. And then I'm trying to think if there were like any other insane. Oh, the triple special week Evo did come up in the Abyss game round 4, where I got Azazelled twice. Thankfully, he never had a real way to kill me, and I just kept like going like special week card, 3/3 buff it to a 4/4 ward pass, and then he would like kill it. I would like go special week ward thing pass, and like I'm always holding mana for the removal spell, and it's just like I keep getting more special week evos on my board, and then like I just hit him for 17 with the 3rd special week evo, and I'm like, this deck is insane. Like because my board is triple special week evo plus like a top gun that has storm, and I'm like, oh dude, like he was like, he's like, I feel ill that you had a 3rd one. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty funny, isn't it? Dude, all with overflow.
Jesus Christ. I didn't even, yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, like, if it was something that could have happened, it probably did over the weekend. A big thing was just, like, being able to see so much of your deck, like, right? Like, if the game would go to turn, like, 9 or 10, because I'm, like, recycling squats, I'm recycling cantrips, deck is, like, 10 cards. I've seen 30 cards already by turn 10. Which is, like, a huge boon over, like, most decks. It's just, like, that consistency, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Teammates, dude, we shouldn't have brought. Dude, Hero Sword is ass. Teammate went 2-5 on Hero Sword. He
I'm
says
curious
he
what
says,
his spread was because that's insane to me.
huh?
Well, his matchups on Hero Server were they? Do you know?
They were like the Mirror, Umas, and Forest. It's like Forest puts down an Elf Child May, you lose the game on the spot. It's like Uma has removal spell and Agnes, you lose the game on the spot. It's just Hero Sword is the deck that loses to your opponent playing cards. Is just kind of like what happens. I did watch him play into an Ishin Flash once, but also he'll say he went 3-5 because he was like positioned to win the top 3 game, but your opponent scooped. I'm not counting that game. Also, it makes your record sound worse, which I have to do.
Jesus.
And then yeah, Ellis was on Dragon and he went 5-3. So most of his losses were to Egg Haven. 2 of his losses, 2 of the 3.
What do you think of Egg Haven? I feel like a lot. Well, I feel like a lot of players just get fucking. No, I don't want to say fucking, but like the way you have to play the deck into what you're playing right now, it doesn't feel very good at all. Because if your opponent can dictate and force you to explode, or not explosion, but egg evo early because they're able to go wide, and this is like the only answer you have to that type of pressure. You just kind of like lose the game from there, unless you're really lucky and like discard a bunch of other egg cards, and then suddenly you like explosion 3 times and your opponent's dead. But that's how
After
I felt
playing
lately.
it, I think that you have to be like, I think you need to be on the Will to Overtake. I think you need to be on Bell Ringers. I think you need to be on Snipes. That's what I felt from the deck. I don't think that Surefire Bullet's a good card in the deck. But those are the big things because I think you need to be able to, if you're forced to. I think did I say the Trail of Lights? I think you need those too. I think you have to be prepared to egg on 3 in some matchups, or at least try to make it go to 4. I know that I just got done like ragging on Hero Sword for being bad because I think it is, especially after like when I held it, I didn't think it was very good, and when the performance that it gave for us was about what I expected, a lopsided performance. Like for some people, it's going to run hot, and for other people, they're going to like run into their bad matchups and just like they can't do anything. But like if you have the snipes, you should be able to get to egg on 4. But when I was playing Egg Haven into Hero Sword in testing, I had to egg on 3 every game without the snipe. Because like Surefire is competing for the same slot as Bellringer Evo. And Bellringer Evo, right? It's like when you get to choose to do one or the other, it's like you can't weave in the removal.
Yeah, and at least for me, when I played Egg Haven a bunch, the builds I played mostly were just built around like slowing the game down in the sense that all my cards had ward and stuff in the early game, so that like I'm not forced to. I get a egg evo on my terms most of the time instead of my opponent forcing me to, which felt better because like I was playing like brain or Rapunzel's and like a lot of Snow Whites as well as Bell Ringers, which I think were important because like having Bell Ringers and like you said, like the Wheels to Overtake and things like that on the board already pre-set up. Even Snow Whites, where when you're forced to egg Evo, those cards generate cards when they get removed from the game or removed from the board. Because Snow Whites will recycle themselves. Obviously, Bell Ringers will let you draw cards. That way when you are forced to egg evo, at least you have opportunities to get extra cards on top if you didn't have enough time to really set up your ex zone to like have playable cards that way. So as long as you're able, I feel like if you're able to slow the early game aggression down a little bit, then egg evo can have the time to shine. But I also feel like a lot of players are not doing that. I feel like a lot more players are playing the more aggressive lineups or like weird lineups, like you said, with like the Surefire, some kind of mix of like they chose not to really go down one path of being like more aggressive or more defensive. They just went for like this weird middle ground where they're playing the Surefires and stuff like that, along with like these other things that just have that clash during all your on curve plays and things like that, and then they end up losing the game because of that. That's what I feel like so far. I feel like I actually haven't counted it enough, but I feel like Egg Haven is performing a lot worse than I think a lot of people initially thought it was going to when the season began with this set.
Personally, after testing it, I don't think it's like the best.
I don't
I
think
don't
it
think it's
is
like
either.
bad, but like
Yeah,
I can understand like why it's underperforming. Because
yeah,
I didn't want it on my team after playing it a couple times.
yeah. It makes sense. I I'm very curious though, like when set four does drop, how much that will change because that's when we get what's that one card? I forget its name right now. My brain is
It's like Andromeda or
oh,
whatever.
Janimina, yeah, on one, making it so like when you do your egg explosion, you don't lose any cards on the board, so you can still
And
have
Humpty
that.
gets to live.
Yeah, and Humpty gets to live. So now it just always goes to the graveyard. Is it a 4/4 on Evo, or is it still a
It's a
3/3?
4/4.
Yeah. So you get this 3 drop 4/4 blows up the board, and you still get to keep whatever followers you have on the board already, as long as you play the Andromeda. So like I'm very curious to see how much that is going to change the deck overall and how people are going to adapt to that in the game. Well, yeah,
I
like
wonder because
hmm?
2 card combos are, I mean, they're historically hard to find, and you don't have a search for the Andromeda, do you? Wingy, Wingy.
Wingy does good. That's why like you start to see Wingy in the next builds. But also, I think it's one of those things where like you could play through Andromeda, but you only really need to see it once for it to like be worthwhile,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. If you see it once, it's like huge.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just very curious how things are going to change in set four release and what the team terms are going to look like then. If we're going to see a little bit more egg pressure on teams or not, I guess we'll see.
Probably will.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I guess before we get any further into set four stuff and things like that, I mean, we could kind of talk about what like our overall thoughts of like because we're coming to the end of set three, right? Like, how have you thought like how the meta has kind of shooken or like fallen into place and everything? Has it been very different than what you thought it was going to be from the beginning? Because personally, I think it's about where I thought it. I like the power level of most decks is where I thought it was going to be. I still think Dragon and Uma are some of the best decks you can just like blindly play right now in team events. Most of the other stuff has been good. I think Fable Forest, uh, actually, Fable Forest did I'd probably peg it a little bit weaker than I thought originally it was going to be, but I still think there's something there. But what about you, Dean?
I think all of the Fable decks were way worse than I thought they would be.
All
Like
of them? Oh yeah, I guess yeah.
I don't know. Like we were just talking Fabled
Mm,
Haven, this format. I didn't want it on my team. Fable Forest, you just admitted.
yeah,
I think Fable Forest is worse than Fable Haven. We can
mm,
agree to disagree on that one, or maybe or whatever. But you just admitted like it's a little bit less than you think.
yeah, for sure.
So like it's like across the board. I think Fable is just it did less than I thought it would. Um, Uma, I mean Uma's still taking names. It's got multiple builds now. Can do a lot. Dragon is still just better than most classes, and then we've got the Hero Sword. I do wonder though how our meta would have shook the team events. I mean, we've admitted they're not the biggest, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had 24 teams in Toronto. Spoiler, that's how many. I think it was 20 teams in Texas and 28 in Cali, and then Europe. They had like 10 teams. so,
Powerful.
so yeah, it's like I do. When you look at the topping list, it's like very hard to say what the actual good decks are, especially in a team format, right? Because it's like you could look at our team and then you see a a 2-3-5 like sword list, and you could think that sword list might be good, right? But it's like, is it? And I think the same thing happened. I think it was the team who got first. They said their dragon player went like 2-5 or 3-5 as well. So it's like, is that dragon list good? Like right? There's a lot of questions that like team formats kind of like produce.
Yeah, I think like I said before, like when I did the tier video by myself when you were off in Japan, was that what's really nice about team formats is that it does open, like, it artificially in a way opens up the field to more decks and more tech and more, like, random things coming up and being like playable at least. Whereas like if you show up with something funky like what was that one build that we were seeing going around in Cali? It was what's that card? Tilted Windmills, like dragon build, where it's like ramping
Broken.
into that, and then like they were like playing the 10 for 10 that heals 10 on play into like multiple Genesis dragons for like 3 play points. It built decks like that, like they don't have the consistency to win long single round tournament, or not single round, but single 1v1 tournaments basically. But in these formats that are team based, coming with something spicy and coming out of like the box or left field is doable, and it's acceptable, because at the end of the day you just got to trade losses with one of your other teammates, right? Or get carried either way. And so, like I said, I feel like some of these formats are very much opening and more open to these wacky decks you can run into, and even some of like the bad decks could still get carried all the way to top 8 easily, just due to how trading losses and stuff like that works out for team events.
Yeah. What was I do want to know like what other people's like success with Sword was, or if it even was success. Like I am just very curious to know like what the other hero swords are doing. Are they also getting corpse dragged? Is it just on like every team? Because it was like probably the most represented deck.
I think overall in all these events, Sword has been the most represented deck. I think that's 100% true. I've heard back and forth. I heard some team members, or not team members, but some other teams having their Sword player basically going undefeated. Or like for example, the first place team in Cali, their Sword player like only literally lost to our team, I think. And then I've heard like from you where like some Sword players come in and like they're like, yep, I just went like 2-4 and just like that was it for my day.
You gotta play the top check 4, you see garbage, you lose the game. Like it's
it's one of those things too where like I think the deck is just really good at running into everything and going like, we're playing the coin flip game, it doesn't matter what matchup I am in for the most part. Like you slip up a little bit and suddenly Hero Sword just wins the game, because that's what it does. But if you have the answers, you just kind of roll over Hero Sword. It's part of the reason like my team, when I was like contemplating taking Hero Sword for Texas, they said they didn't care if I come on Hero Sword, but they said the one thing they did say was that they'd rather have me on Uma, because unlike Hero Sword, I could outplay my opponents on Uma, whereas Hero Sword, it doesn't matter. It seems like no matter who's piloting it, it's like the same thing over and over again. So there's no skill expression really for the most part. It's just like you play the board and you play the hand you're given, and that's basically it. And I kind of agree with them. I kind of feel like the deck is just like you roll up, and this deck either like wins all the coin flips or loses all the coin flips for the day, and it just depends how lucky you feel that day.
Yeah.
Has there been any decks in set 3 or since set 3 release that surprised you? Like, obviously not your Uma list, but
chess is so much worse than I ever expected.
It's okay. You saw that we're getting chess support in the newest set in JP, which means you gotta just wait 1 year, and your king, your king's gonna get Storm.
6/6 Storm on turn like 12.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude. Chess. I'm rolling it back at locals. I really wish. Every time I'm gonna keep saying it until Bushiro eventually does something or the game dies, one or the other. Bro, we need 3-month formats. I still haven't sleeved up Storm Haven. I haven't sleeved up the any of the fun stuff, right? It was like, oh, got like 2 months to play. I got a month to play because I was gone in Japan for a month. And I've got to get decks for regionals. Like, right, I'm not going to waste time on anything other than my fan favorite chess. It's like I don't know. There's like so many decks I want to try. Like the Storm deck. I want to see the Fallen Angel stuff. Dumpty Dragon's actually funny. That's a good deck.
Oh, I haven't even tried that. I've heard about it, and I think I saw you talking about it, or someone else talking about it in the Discord. But
Somebody linked it.
mhm.
Somebody linked it. It's on like Triple Forte, like Evo. It's Disco Dragon, but you just take random cards out and you put in egg cards. Uh, I mean, it's got everything the Disco Dragon does, but then you also have like the Humpty Dumpty explosions randomly, which is really funny. It's like build your own con flag when you play multiple explosions.
Oh man. Also, you know what deck came around? I knew it existed a bit early on, and as well as I saw like some JP lists doing it, was the Rune Egg stuff. I
Oh,
saw people actually playing it and doing decently
at
well at
locals?
no at the regional. Like I saw some at the higher tables.
I never saw it.
Oh
Never
yeah.
saw it. Uh,
Well, I mean, I died to D shift in top eight. Well, technically didn't die, but I saw D shift in top eight in Houston, which was pretty funny. But yeah,
I sleeved Egg Haven pretty early. I think it's funny. But it's like there was the games where like you open the Humpties and then you play down the Craig and then you had two Humpties engrave on like turn two,
hmm
and then you're gaming. Then it's the best. It's the best deck you've ever seen. And then there's the side where you deep draw half of your deck and you haven't seen a single Humpty. And there's no tutor for Humpty because you can Merlin search the explosion. You can't Merlin search the Humpty.
yeah,
So there was just this like awful dichotomy. They're like, right, it was feast or famine. And
yeah.
I thought it was a funny deck. I think it's a very funny deck.
Yeah, for sure. I saw some. Well, I mean, it's just wild to see some people having such great success with it. And I saw
You
it.
just got a high roll a couple
Yeah,
times.
I saw it early on. I thought it was a really cool build. Didn't really care much for it too much. I think it suffered kind of the same that Egghead. Not, I don't want to say maybe not the same issues, but like its win condition, it loses to the same thing that Egghaven was already losing to, and I felt healing was already very powerful in this meta as like a counter to most decks. Which at the end of the day, I think
Oh,
it's still true. Healing is insane in this meta. Like I feel like every time I healed, I was just winning, and my opponent was just losing more. So like
I think
I never was really on it or like too high on the rune egg stuff. But yeah, go ahead.
well, the Rune Egg deck though can egg way more
Yes,
than Haven.
it had higher reach is the big thing, but I still think
Yeah.
it still required you to do a lot to get there.
Oh yeah. You had to like I said, when you high roll,
Yeah.
it is the best. It is the best deck.
Yeah.
There was nothing better than like triple Humpty engrave on like turn 3, explosion for 4. Like
Yeah.
you can do that. You can start that, and then you can just keep picking it up. Merlin, cast it back. You can do it all. You can do it all.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it's the problem is it's the feast or famine, right? It's
Yeah,
you either
exactly.
have like the stacked hand or you lose.
Yeah. Like I've played against it sometimes where, like you said, like your opponent has like two explosions and they're cycling the explosions in gray, but like you're like, okay, whatever, do your 2 to 3 damage a turn, doesn't matter to me. But yeah, I think outside of that, is there anything else to really talk about set three? Anything you could think of? Anything else that excited you or was like more of a disappointment?
No, just a lot of cards I didn't get to play with because like it just didn't have the time.
Yeah.
I think most of the stuff we got was lower power level than set one drag.
It is what it is,
I mean,
man.
it's like terrible. You have to keep saying that. I am disappointed though, in you viewers. At least I never saw in a bracket. I never saw my aggro dragon deck the armed dragon deck I put the profile on.
Hey,
That deck is real.
we were pretty on possibly taking it to Houston. We playtested it a lot and it did very, very well. I forgot the exact reason we ended up not taking it. I think it was just like it just felt like something was just slightly off sometimes, or like that like certain matchups that we wanted to like make sure we had better play into just felt
Oh,
good.
Hero Sword outraces it.
Yeah, that I think that was one of the big things too. Is just like it just loses the hero sword, and
Which is funny because like
Mhm.
I think it's better at outracing other decks than Hero Sword, but it can't outrace Hero Sword.
Yeah.
I don't know like how that's what happens, but like it is like because when I was playing that into other decks that I need to outrace, like I'm like I'm not losing to the same removal that Hero Sword loses to or the same things, but like when I fight Hero Sword, I can't outrace them. So it's like it's funny. It's like I'm better at being the aggro deck, but I can't win the aggro mirror.
Yeah, exactly. It was just very weird. So yeah, that's how I ended up back on Uma, or possibly being on Sword than Uma in Houston. But we considered it very heavily because we were all convinced it was a very solid deck overall. I think if there was more locals that I wanted to come and compete in, I would have taken it to locals a few times and probably would have won them honestly, because that deck is actually a lot of fun. Some of the lines on the deck are pretty weird, where you have to like you have to play in some weird ways to like set up your burn fours and stuff to make sure you can get rid of things with your, I forget the guy's name, but the card you evo to deal
Draconeer?
for, yeah, when you have the armored dragons and stuff, as well as like bouncing a card back into the EX area then replaying it to do more damage again is like they just has very very silly lines like that, which is pretty funny.
Have you seen Made in Abyss?
Oh, I mean, as much as I've seen with you, obviously.
Draconeer, because we are watching Shadowverse in the anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Draconeer is voiced by Nanachi.
Oh, I did not know
Fun
that.
fun little fact. Same VA.
All right, I think
I know it's very random.
very.
when we mentioned Draconeer, I just thought of it.
All right, I think with that being said, I think kind of wrap up set three stuff here. Do you want to do everyone's favorite segment here before we move on to talk about the future possibly?
Yeah. So every week that we do this podcast, so like twice a month,
Yep.
what we do is we do guess that flavor text, where we take turns, reading flavor text to each other, and we get 3 lifelines. So you start off with 4 points, and each lifeline uses a point. The lifelines are what set the card is from in physical, what class the card is from, and what type of card it is. So creature, follower, amulet. Now, Kit, do you have the question for me?
I
I
do.
I'm very powerful, so we'll see what happens.
All right, you ready?
I am.
All right. Here is the flavor text. I welcome you, my new brethren in the world of chaos. Our clan's victories on the battlefield will surely be a blow to the gods.
Okay. Wow. Brethren's in chaos. It's a chuny. Is this like?
You want me to read it one more time to you?
I'm thinking for a second. Is this guy like so now like in my head I've got two different thoughts. This is either like an actual badass wizard or this is like some chuny like guy with an eye patch. There's no in between. Okay, yeah, read it one more time. Read it one more
All
time.
right. I welcome you, my new brethren, in a world of chaos. Our clan's victories on the battlefield will surely be a blow to the gods.
I'm wondering if this is an anime card. So I have to know what set is this?
I forget, we're saying what real life set is in, right?
I think is the way that we did it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. This is comes from Reign of Bahamut. Wait, that's not it.
Ooh.
No, wait. What's that two?
So the Bahamut
Yeah,
set. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I
Reign of
got I
Bahamut. Yeah,
got
yeah,
you. I got
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I got you. Okay, so this is from the Bahamut set. Brethren's in chaos. Ooh, see, he finally did. He's picking those silvers and bronzes. He knows. The unplayable. This is the unplayable trash.
The unplayable trash.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay. I already know I'm gonna get Abyss when I ask this, but what class is it?
Are you ready?
Yeah, Abyss.
Neutral. Oh, the face, the reaction.
Bro, it's got to be demonic simulacrum. I'm not gonna lock that in yet. I'm like, that's like the only thing, right? Brothers in. Does that thing talk? What neutrals do we have? Okay, wait, let me. Brothers in Chaos.
You want me to read it one more time?
Welcome, Brothers in Chaos.
No, I got you. I welcome you, my new brethren, in a world of chaos. Our clan's victories on the battlefield will surely be a blow to the gods.
We're fighting the gods.
So we know it's a main character in a Japanese RPG.
Yeah. every JRPG plot ever. They're called keepers, by the way, not gods.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, so I know what does Olivia do? Does Olivia do anything in the story? I don't actually know. I don't know anything about Olivia. We have demonic simulacrum in the gold. Some other gold. Reyna. It can't be Reyna. That's an angel. Oh God, I wish I knew the rarity, but I don't. So we got the silvers. We got the Unica. We got. I don't know after that. So I'm gonna have to guess. Dare I use my last lifeline just in case? I'm gonna use my last lifeline.
All right.
What type of card is it?
It's a follower.
Okay, so we're demonic simulacrum. It's got to be that one.
You locking it in? Final answer?
I'm locking it in. I don't know if that thing even talks.
All right. Well, Dean, I'm sorry you're wrong.
Okay.
It was Dark Angel Olivia. You almost got there. You brought her up, and I was like, ooh, is Dean going to get there?
I brought her up, but I don't know if she fights the gods. Like she had like one story ever, and then I don't know what she does. Like she gives you Evo points. That's all I know.
Oh man, is that what she did in the digital game? Oh yeah, I actually have it open here. If it's a turn, you are able to evolve, increase your evolution points to 3. Oh damn, it just gives you back all your Evo points.
Well, even better. If you went first, you only start off with 2.
Yeah, so you go to 3.
Yeah, well, yeah. Back in the day, that card was like 9 mana, by the way.
7 here, unless they buffed it.
Oh, they buffed it. It used to be like 9.
Oh man. Well, I'm sorry, Dean. I defeated you. Let's go. I just gotta keep picking these neutrals. Too. Yeah. the unplayable legendaries, definitely for sure. No. All right, but
good one.
All right. Let's talk about the future here. Set 4 coming out. What are we excited for in Set 4?
Barbaros Gawain of the Round Table, my favorite card. 100 battlefields, 100 prizes.
What does he even do? I haven't read every single card.
It doesn't matter. He's the coolest card.
He does get played though, right? I'm pretty sure he does, right?
No, I don't think he does.
Oh man, I know there's a new sword card that does get played.
I'll have 9 of the U though, probably.
I believe gotta hold me to
that. One page of the U, because it's not going to be in a deck, so I only need 9.
Only need 9. If it was in a deck, you'd have to have 12.
Yeah, 12. 3 for the deck, 9 for the binder. Yeah, okay. We're starting to get fan favorites of mine in classes, but it's still like pretty sparse. Elephant comes out. That's hype. It's Silverbolt on a body. We get Deepwood Anomaly.
What is that? What does that do?
Do you not know?
No, I don't know.
Dude, it's gonna be the card. Prediction already. You will see it in a topping deck list on teams. It says when it deals damage, you win the game.
Oh, I see it. Oh no! Oh my god, is this a neutral? I don't even know what.
That's forest.
Forest? Oh my god!
You summon it off the dog.
Oh no! I'm gonna lose this card
Yeah,
every
you are.
time.
This card is gonna. It doesn't have. Isn't it
Oh,
like an 8/8? It's like fucking.
yeah,
It's got a
it's an eight
massive
eight,
ass
and I think it's what does it
unkill
come out?
blast.
Does it cost 8 to come into play or something? I don't even
Should be.
know. Oh my god!
Yeah.
why? Okay. Oh
So
god! I hope I'm just never play against Forest Craft when we do Chicago Run. Otherwise, I will lose.
yeah, Deepwood Anomaly. That's my prediction. We're gonna see it on a topping deck list. Uh only because these regionals don't have enough players to stop it. Which
Oh.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. This team event, Robushi Road, I'm not asking for much. Please bring back the top play mats. Those top 3 felt horrendous. Kit will agree with me. So,
Oh,
I don't blame
absolutely.
people for not showing up to these. I don't blame people.
Yeah.
Haven gets Andromeda. Like we get Israfil, right? I don't know what
Israfil does. Israfil's the 7-drop, right?
Yeah. Did we get the Sequal or whatever that summons the Israfil, or is that like a thing?
I don't remember. All I know
We
is
don't get that?
Israfil's the one where when it comes into play, you can summon a follower from your hand that is less than your maximum play points.
That should be Aether.
Oh, that's Aether.
Is it?
Is it? Now I gotta look up these
Aether.
cards. Let me.
Israfil's like a big neutral that people play.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
I'm sorry. So for people who don't know, I'm not doing the set review. I don't know if Kit is. I thought Kit's supposed to do it.
Yeah, we're actually recording it tomorrow. All of it tomorrow, and it'll start coming out like this weekend.
So I haven't read these cards yet. I just know the digital cards because I am digital strongest soldier.
Oh, Goblin Princess comes out in this set, which is like a real card also. We've tested with Goblin Princess already, and the card's real. Okay, Israfil is the 8/8 that's for 8. Evolves for 1, has strike, deal 3 damage to each enemy follower on the field, and then Fanfare, give your leader 4. Yeah. And then on Evo, it has strike, deal 5 damage to each enemy follower on the field, and it's a 10/10. So you'll probably see this card in some lists. I don't know, mini lists play it, probably like some Control Haven list or something like that. Probably Ramp Dragon as well. Because this is basically Flaming Glass.
But it's Flaming Glass that heals.
Yeah.
And with less bricks.
Yeah. What else are we getting here?
I'm looking. I know we get PDK. I've looked at some of those lists. I have to see it. There's like no card draw in them is like my problem when I look at them.
We also Rune has Chimera, right? Spellchain Chimera becomes a deck where you basically try to mill your entire deck and then play Chimera and go, I deal 30 damage to you, hee haha, if you can live long enough for that.
Dragon gets more. We get more anime cards, which are terrible. Jean. Okay, there's Zodiac. Zodiac Demon has to be unplayable, right? This card was horrendous.
To be. Let me see. So it's a 6/6 for 6. Activate, engage this card, and discard a follower in your hand. Select an enemy follower on the field and deal it X damage, where X equals the cost of the discarded follower. Then deal Y damage to its leader. Y equals half the cost of the discarded follower.
Bro, this is a dragon card. This card?
What could you be discarding that would make
all the 10 mana cards, dude?
You're just like playing all the 10 mana cards. You're like, 5 to you, cards. 10 to this enemy, 5 to you, 10 to this enemy. That would be pretty annoying.
It's like a build your own Narita Bride.
You're right. Easy.
It comes out earlier. Yeah, a lot of it looks like a lot of anime cards that I think they made terrible. And then whole new archetype for Dragon. Forest gets, more combo support.
Oh, Abyss gets Howling Demon, which was a pretty solid card, if I remember correctly.
Was it? In digital, that was a good card.
Yeah. Here it is. 5-drop, 5/4. Evolve for 3. Evolve this follower. Fanfare, select an enemy follower on the field, and it deals 4 damage. If Sanguine is active for you, deal 8 instead. On Evo, if Sanguine is active for you, this give your leader plus 5 health, and then this card has Storm and becomes a 7/6. So it's all right. It's like a finisher card, I guess. You probably don't play mini copies of it. Don't isn't there the drummer dude in this set too? Demonic drummer. Doesn't this get played? I remember playing this card in digital. It's Ward Fanfare. Play 2 pay points. Search your deck for a demonic drummer and put it on the field. Last word, give your leader +1 health. Oh yeah, and it's a 1/1 ward for 1. It has to get played, right? So, and you can just randomly get 2 wars on the board, or 3 actually. You just got to pay 5 play points for 3 1/1 wards that heal you 1 each.
Deck thinning. Necrocharge 3.
Busted.
I don't know what's up with Rune. Rune always gets like these cards that are not very good. The Chimera is like in the realm of like meme. And then I'm looking at Ginger, and Ginger's like you can vomit cards onto the board for 9 mana. And that doesn't read very good either.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're cooking with Rune.
Star Reader Stella is in the set, which is like pretty solid, right?
Was that I heard about that? It's like look at 4, bury 1, bottom 1, add 1,
top 1, yeah.
Top 1. Yeah, that's funny.
Magic Owl's in the set, which is really good. It's the 1-drop 1/1 owl, has Rush, Fanfare, and Last Word. Discard a spell, draw a card.
Wait, we get the strongest card ever. Are you aware of the Illusionist?
Magic Illusionist?
That guy was like nerfed hard in digital back in the day. This guy is insane.
What did he do in digital?
Exactly what he does in physical. He when he dies, you Earthright, bring him back.
Oh, you're right.
It's this okay. I know we're a little bit stats. I feel like we're further along the power line than like physical digital was at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy, he's unkillable.
The true value.
He's quite literally unkillable. He's the best card. We get Lou as well. I guess like Rune's got some like cards that aren't terrible.
Yeah, I think Rune got some stuff. I mean, listen, like
every time they get a legendary, it's horrendous.
Yeah,
it's like the worst legendary I've ever read.
We're only like 1 or 2 sets away from when this set comes out. Then we're like 2 sets away from it becoming tier 0 or unless it comes in with like restrictions, which it probably won't. It seems like.
I don't want restrictions.
I personally
let a deck be good. Let a deck be good.
I personally don't care as well, but like I said, they didn't announce anything when they announced the set release, or they haven't announced Kuon. Did they? Yeah, they already announced the Kuon set, right? As it coming, because I think it's set 6, and I think if they've already announced the set without saying there's going to be restrictions on release, then we're probably going to assume there's no restrictions on release because they way before Uma came out, they already announced restrictions. So. Oh, Sword gets Mars, and I know that gets played a bunch, right? Mars, Silent Flame General. 3-drop, 3/2.
Was it Mars
for free?
Different? Like, okay, digital Mars was insane. I don't know about physical.
So it's a 3-drop, 3/2. Whenever an officer follower is put onto your field, give it +1 attack. And then it evos for 0. Whenever an officer follower is same thing. And then on evolve, X play points. You can pay that much, search your deck for an officer follower that costs X or less play points to put onto your field. And then it's a 4/3.
Okay, wait. We get Armor of the Stars. Never mind.
What is Armor of the Stars? +2, +1, +2 on aura. Oh, do you remember that samurai deck you not made me build, but you told me about and we built it for limited?
Yeah, remember? you give the samurai like hexproof and ward and you go, I win. Like,
the cards untargetable. Oh, and it had made there was a thing where it couldn't be attacked also, right?
No, you gave it ward so it had to be attacked, but it doesn't take damage.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
And then you could also give it destruction immunity.
Yeah.
It was like a 5-card Exodia combo that was like disgusting when it happened.
It was so stupid too. I remember playing that deck and getting it and still losing.
Oh, because it wasn't good. It wasn't
Yeah,
good. It was
it
funny. It
was
was
not
funny though.
good. But like some
You
decks would
got the
just randomly
combo. You
lose
got
to
the
it.
combo, and then they hit you with a Bane card, and you're like, no, who did this?
Oh man. Yeah, yeah. Set four honestly is looking like a lot of fun. I'm very excited. I know my group's already been playtesting a bit. I'm looking forward to meme around on Rune. I think that deck's gonna just be fun to play overall. I
I'm
think,
always excited for Rune, and then I put it away for the tournaments. You know,
yeah, I think Havencraft is the deck I'm gonna end up playing for Chicago right now. I've been talking it over with some of the other guys,
I'll have chess in
and
the pocket.
you do that. Oh God, no. But yeah, I'm very interested to see what's going to develop. I think there's a lot of spicy stuff that could come out. I think too, with the meta being a little bit more open and not like as oppressed by Uma. And once again, we're still in trios for the most part. I think we might see some spicy stuff popping out. Hopefully, people get inspired to play other things.
People talking about Dirt not getting cards. Dirt got a 3-mana 5. Is this real? 3-mana 5/4 Intimidate.
Oh yeah, that card. Yeah.
This card's insane. This card solos some decks.
Yep.
You seem less impressed than I am.
The only thing is like, oh man, if you can get to 6 play point or not play points, 6 health on this card, it probably is literally unkillable. Is there a way
I
to?
Think the 4 is unkillable for a bit.
4 is pretty rough, but also, yeah. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of random stuff that's like hitting for 4 now too, though. But maybe people aren't really playing it, so. That card I think is really good too. Mage of Nightfall. Anything else going on for set 4 you like and Dean?
Kogios collab, dude. You get Lelouch.
No, the only
they're gonna
one
speak
that
in
matters,
Japanese,
man.
so I hate them.
The only one that matters is where is he? Charles Z Britannia. I hope that's how you say his name. The big dude for Haven.
You know, though, he has a really good English voice actor.
Well, sorry, Dean.
Something tells me, dude. Who watched Kogios in Japanese? Let's be honest.
This guy.
You don't count. You don't count. You can actually speak Japanese, okay?
All right.
That was on Toonami. No, it was on Adult Swim. But yeah, those leaders collabs pretty sick. The other leaders are like we got Kawi, and the other person is Lorraine, I believe. Lorena.
Yeah, Lorena.
Lorena's really good, so kind of excited about that. Kawi, But yeah, definitely going to be excited to play with some new cards. Try to cook something up in time for Atlanta and New York. Going to be going to both of those, and then also Chicago. So
yeah, I'm excited for that. I might try to make it to Atlanta. Actually, I'll talk to you later about that, Dean. It depends on some stuff, but if it works out, I might be in Atlanta also with Dean, and we'll see how that works. Anything else worth talking about set 4? Not really, right?
I think we kind of mentioned it all. There's like Aether, the Dark Johns. There's a lot of things that like pretty much check out the set review.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, this video is probably going to be out tomorrow, Friday, and then the reviews will probably start hitting the channel either probably Monday. I would say Monday, and then every day until they're all out. Channel member, you'll have access to all of them as soon as they're uploaded, which will be really quick because my internet here is very good. So it doesn't take me like 3 hours to upload a 1 hour video anymore. What?
Anomaly is so much stronger in physical. I'm ill. Did you actually read this card, kid?
No. Which card?
Deepwood Anomaly is a 7-mana 8/8, and it evolves for 1, bottom decks a creature on your opponent's board, and becomes a 10/10. And it says you win the game if it hits them. This is the best fucking card I've ever seen.
Oh crap, you're right.
This is so strong. Oh my god. Oh, dude, I can't believe I'm an Anomaly player, dude. Forget Rune. Friendship with Rune is over.
Dude, imagine if there was a mixed deck format and we just like Anomaly with the Storm spell card from Sword. Let's go.
This is the best card.
Oh no, Dean's cooking in his head already. Oh,
no, you just drop it and you just hope it doesn't die. But it's a 10. This card is unkillable. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm suddenly excited. I can't believe a bottom deck something. That's insane.
It's okay. What'll happen is you'll play your Evo and you're like, come on, what are you gonna do? And then they'll play their Deepwood Anomaly.
They'll play their Cosmos Fang. Kill your Anomaly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll get hit with fake cards. Don't worry. It's not going to be like what if they play Anomaly. Oh, you're right, because the Anomaly bottom deck wars. What do you do?
Oh, you gotta play 3 of the Evo also, so you can out bottom deck there.
Oh, dude, this is the biggest Timmy card. I love it. I love it.
Oh man,
I'm Timmy, by the way.
you're Mr. Timmy Tusel.
I can't steal that. I can't steal that name.
True. Oh man. All right. Is there anything else we want to talk about for future sets or anything like that? I feel like we kind of hit bases on everything. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about Shadowverse wise. Otherwise, maybe we just end it here.
Yeah. Until next time. Hopefully. I don't know. Will we do this next week? Probably not. Maybe. There's like no news that could come out except for. They did announce the spring conference.
Oh yeah, if they announce stuff at spring conference, I mean, might as well. When is the spring conference?
Good question. Oh, it's pretty far out. April 18th. So April 18th. It got announced during this recording, actually, 40 minutes ago. So maybe we will get what I'm hoping. You know what I'm hoping for? Big.
What?
Uma unrestricted.
Oh yeah, honestly, Uma should get unrestricted, especially after 4th set release. Like, right. There's no reason this deck needs to be restricted anymore. I want to see full power Falcon. Uma upsetting everyone.
Full power Smart Falcon. I don't know. I do wonder if the Smart Falcon is better than full power Uma into set 4 and in the mirror. In the mirror, probably Smart Falcon might be worse. Maybe. I don't know. I guess I gain as much as they do, right? I gain as much as
they do. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe we should just make it a video later. We'll do unrestricted Uma versus Smart Falcon Uma. Might be fun. But yeah, hopefully unrestrictions happen because Uma was never restricted in Japan. It's still unrestricted in Japan.
Shenlong unrestricted.
Oh no! Oh please!
Uma stays restricted.
Oh my god! We thought Dragon was in a rough spot, so we
also heroic entry limited to 1.
Yeah. Oh my god! Heroic entry could be searched out by Valiant Fencers, so we decided to restrict it to 1. Oh my god! Oh no, the monkey paw, it's already curling away. Yeah, I think that's it though. Thanks as always everyone for joining us. I know, I think our podcasts don't get always the most views, but the people who come back every time, thank you so much. Let me know how you guys like this little silly animated background and everything. I'm going to try to spruce up these podcasts a little bit more. I also have, I don't know if you're working on anything, Dean, but hold on, let me bring up my notes here. I have 3 videos in the workshop mode right now. I'm going to be working on 1 of them this weekend, possibly 2. This is not counting the set review. I guess for those who made it this far, I'm doing a video about tempo in Shadowverse. And then this other one I'm doing is going to be a more for fun video where, we're not really here about competitive play, but I'll be talking to some other card game players about some stuff in this game. I think people will enjoy it a lot, whether you very much like competitive Shadowverse or just card games in general. You'll have a lot of fun. Are you working on anything, Dean?
Man, so I always just want to get like I always want to do skits. Maybe I need to get some friends over with a camera. The big thing for me is gameplay, right? I recorded some games recently, but they're for this format, and like this format ends in a week, literally Friday. So those games are probably not going on. I'm going to be honest. Those games are probably not going to go up. But once the next set comes out, the second I get my hands on it, I'm going to get people under a camera, and I'm going to try to edit 1 to 2 games a week. I was in a mad sprint to get decks ready for the actual tournament and to play test. Like I had to play not only Shadowverse, but I had to play test Weiss as well, right?
Oh yeah, because
I've
you
been
did
out of that
two
game for a
events,
while.
yeah.
And by the way, I'm still the best. I went 7-0. I'm the fucking best. So, the playtesting, the method works. It's just like when you're doing that, when you're grinding, and you're doing that mad sprint at the beginning, it's very hard to edit. And with the formats doing like this, I don't want to upload a game for this format like right before we get it rotated. So next format, Deepwood Anomaly. I'm getting that on camera. We might have to set up the game. It might be a crippled child on the other end. I might like full control. They have no hand left. Turn 30. I still haven't hit them. Just so that way the Deepwood Anomaly can do something. But yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do more games under a camera next format. As far as like how to get better, I feel like I always want to do those too, but it's so hard to think about.
You know
needs
what
to
we
be
should
said.
do? I want to do this a lot more, but I feel like it's more accessible to people now. Is once again, if you're a member of our channel or anything like that, just if you have a match video that you want us to like review, commentate, and talk about like lines of play and stuff, maybe shoot it our way, and I'll talk with Dean and see if we can get together sometime, and we'll go through a match video and kind of pick it apart, either helping yourself or you just want to see yourself pop off on our channel, I guess. I'm always open to that, so if people have their own match videos they want to send us our way, I'm sure Dean be down to mess around with some of that, right?
I mean, we're already doing that with the weeklies.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people came. Okay, if you're listening to this and you made it this far, you should be coming to those weeklies on Wednesday.
Yeah, well, I mean, like this, like you said, it's about a week or so before the next set, so less people caring about playing right now. But I'm sure when set 4 drops, it's going to be hype again. That's going to be legal to play as soon as it releases on our weekly. So come on by, join. We do our commentary, have a little fun, have good laughs on the channel, find out some new builds, all that stuff. And if you don't have the locals, you can come chill here and play with us. It'll be fun. All right, I think that kind of wraps up everything. So we'll see you guys in our next video, and make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Later, everyone.
See ya.